chosen ones, empaths, one of the benefits of that you come away after dealing with a narcissist, in whatever scenario that is, whether it's romantic, family member, friend, when you deal with a narcissist and you awaken to the abuse, it puts you in a mind frame of, you see the levels of toxicity in a lot of people that are around you or that have been around you. You see a lot of toxicity in areas that you never thought you'd see it. And the thing is, when we was asleep, right, we're constantly appeasing. Some people call it people pleasing, right? I don't think empaths are people pleasers as such. It's just that people are so horrid and disgusting that they take your courteous actions and your positive actions as if you're trying to please them. Like you are deliberately just trying to please them. But this is your inherent nature. At the core of you, how you was born when you was pure. You have a kind nature about you, a caring nature. Yes, we're not perfect. We've all got faults. We've all got things we can work on. But fundamentally, we are kind people and good people. And you see this level of toxicity in friends, in family members, in ex-romantic partners. You see, or in your current romantic partner, you see this toxicity, and it's like we can no longer be around these environments. We can no longer stay around people that have no good intentions for us. And you see, the journey that I have taken, only by the grace of God, I believe, the universe, or beyond our comprehension, something greater than ourselves allowed me to cut away from some very, very toxic people. Very toxic. And even in my in the family, I see toxicity. But I don't really socialize with these family members. I've cut away. I've pulled the plug. And it's what I want you to do. I want you to pull the plug on this kind person that you're showing these people, because they don't deserve you being around them like that. You know, I tell you, like, pulling the plug, you don't have to tell them about themselves. You don't have to cuss them out. You don't have to go supernova as such. You can get out quietly, away from these environments, and distance yourself. Put distance between you and these individuals, you know? So if you spoke this weekend just gone, try and phase it out so you don't speak to them for maybe another 2 weeks, and then distance yourself gradually. If you can just distance yourself, you know? Act boring, you know? Do something. Act boring. Like, I understand that being around people of toxic people, you know, they're deranged, you know? You know, like, some people have to get restraining orders or seek police, or, you know, there's different types of severity in the situation of these toxic people that are around you. But, you know, I'm not telling you that you need to like go out all guns blazing. Like, I'm just telling you that you need to pull the plug emotionally, spiritually, and physically. Pull the plug, you know, and like what I think should happen, what can happen is if on a given occasion someone does treat you badly, you can call them out on it if you're up to it. If you're up to calling someone out on it, there's nothing better than confronting a situation. Because a lot of these toxic individuals, they're weaklings. They're actually scared. They're bullies. Like when you confront a bully, you know, you'll see their tail go between their legs. Don't matter about how tall you are, what size you are, male, female, whatever. When you confront a bully, you know, you catch them off guard because they're not ready for you to defend. It's the same rules apply in the school playground. The same rules apply. You got these bullies that are being bullied themselves, and they bully people. And these individuals that are around us, these toxic individuals, I'm not even trying to say work out if they're a sociopath, psychopath, narcissist. I'm just calling them toxic individuals, yeah? Like, someone's bullied them, someone's done something to them, these lot are bitter and twisted, and they're trying to make your life miserable, you know? And this is why we need to detach. Emotionally, physically, spiritually, detach and cut away. You know, this is why I always talk about the healing journey. The healing journey is something so beautiful. Like, thanks to the grace of God, I've actually truly appreciated what this healing journey has brought me, because I feel one with self. I've taken time away from even socializing with people. I've took my time away through the way that my life has worked out. Not all of it has been my own thoughts, like I was anticipating heading this way. It's just the way the cookie crumbled. It's just the way life rolled out. But I've seen the benefits. I've reaped the benefits. I believe there's a driving force, whether you call it God, you call it the universe, whatever you want to call it. There's a binding mechanism that has deliberately plucked these insects and these dusty weirdos away from my existence. And I'm at peace now. I don't have no qualms in my head. You know, like, this is how I've been able to like, I've gone into other things. I've mentioned it before. I worked abroad. I started a business. I've done these things, but I've more recently so, because I only started this journey a little while ago, the YouTube journey, but I've actually been able to give my heart to you guys, like, and try and help in the best way that I can possibly can as a human being, right? With the grace of God, the best way that I can possibly help you. And I've only been able to facilitate that time by me having no distractions. And that's what you're not understanding, what will arise in your life. By you not having these distractions, dealing with people's chaos, dealing with people's drama, dealing with people's name calling or devaluation or any manipulation tactics, without dealing with these everyday things that arise when you're around toxic people. There's always toxicity around. You know, we got our blinders on for years. We could have had our blinders on for a long time, right? And we don't realize what the severity of the situation is. But it's like, after we get involved in a romantic relationship, or after we deal with a narcissistic friend, it's like we awaken. It's like an epiphany. And you got to understand, you can fall back to sleep. It's like the Matrix. You take this pill, you want to stay awake, or do you want to take this pill and go back to sleep? It's exactly like that. And it's a hard pill to swallow to stay awake. You know, it's easier to fall back to sleep. You know, it's easier to just be like an emotional punch bag for these toxic people, right? Go to sleep and think, oh yes, it's my friend. they're just a bit mean sometimes. Oh, it's my partner. They're just a bit, they've got anger issues, or they've got this or whatever. Like, oh, it's my family member. Oh, they're like this. Nah, don't matter if you're blood. Don't matter if whatever. You know what I mean? Don't matter if you're married. Don't matter if someone is causing you misery and upset. You need to get as far away from these people as possible. I've been in my existence where I've been around toxicity when I was so young, right? Well, not so young, but I was young. And I didn't understand that I was dealing with bullies and people that are so toxic. I didn't understand what was happening. But through the grace of God, through me awakening to narcissistic abuse, I can look back on my journey now and see that these people were narcissists or psychopaths, and they had ill intentions for my life. They weren't good people to be around, and I'm safer being away from them than being involved in their daily existence. I don't want them calling my phone. I don't want to meet up with them. I don't want to see their face. I don't want to engage with them. I don't want to socialize with them, Like, even non-narcissistic people, even like, I've seen toxicity in people that are close to me. I see it, and I'm like, I just don't have time for it. So just pull the plug. I should have emphasized this message about pulling the plug more, because that's what this video is about. I need you to pull the plug. I need you to pull the plug of engagement, of this relationship that you have. Pull the plug, cut the wire, cut the cord, sever the tie, however you want to call it. It's basically, you need to enforce this, just acting in just doing 1% of the work. I believe that the Most High God will carry out the rest of the 99% of work. If you just aim to extinguish one area, just one action. I'm not gonna answer this phone call, or I'm not gonna return this call. I don't have to return this text message. They keep you in manipulation patterns, these toxic individuals, whether friends, romantic partners, where you feel the need that you have to actually respond, talk to them, engage with them, be part of their lives. You feel this attachment and this bond, and it's all illusionary. This doesn't need to be there. Sorry. There's things that are meant to happen in your life, like blessings that need to befall you, work that's gonna be done, things will land in your lap, like opportunities. You'll find yourself taking this healing journey seriously, going it alone, going it solo, thinking, you know what, I'd rather be alone than around toxic company, because misery loves company. And these lot are some miserable, dusty weirdos that love having you around for some reason. They love having you around to put you down, to demean you, to diminish you, to devalue you, to make your life a living hell. And the thing is like, our good nature, we see through people's faults. We forgive people. I'm telling you, see that whole forgiveness thing, right? There's some people, like, I forgive for the benefit of my own soul, but I can't come to terms with letting forgiveness entirely let things go back to the way they were. Like, people have wronged me, so I don't believe that we should have a relationship or a friendship or whatever like, I don't believe it should go back to the way it was. Like, I couldn't engage with my ex-narcissist in a romantic relationship ever again. I forgive them for what they done, but I can never engage in a relationship with them again. They would never be my partner. I would never let them do that. The ex-psychopaths, friends, and etc. I can never get to that level where I'm checking them on a daily. I'm seeing them on a daily. We're meeting up, or we're doing this, or we're doing that. Like, I could never let it get back to that again. It can never go back to that because there's too much water under the bridge. There's too much being done, said. You know, I couldn't allow it. And this is what I want you to adopt it like. Like, go the road alone, you know. Sometimes it's scary. Like, I've heard stories. I've listened to people online. Some people have walked away from their entire families. They've walked away from their entire families. They're a black sheep. They're scapegoat or whatnot, and they've walked away from their entire families and broke the cord with their entire families. You know, this happens. This happens. We have toxicity around us. You see, I've just understand that there's a way out for you. I remember the feeling of being trapped in an unhealthy environment. I remember the feeling of being trapped, and I dreaded my daily existence. Plus, I smoked weed at the time. It wasn't a good combination, and I was not motivated. You know? I found escapes even when I was around toxic environments. I found escapes, temporary escapes, such as work and college. Like, I prioritized my whole existence going, like, I remember after the streets and doing stuff in the streets, and these toxic people are around, I got a job working. And I went to college, and I was going work 5 days a week and college 3 days a week. So on 3 days of the week, I would have to go to college and work on the same day. And I never got a day off, right? I never got a day off because I used to work weekends as well. And my only day off come during like half terms and stuff. Did they do half terms and stuff at college? I can't even remember if they must have done. I can't remember. Anyway, I'm going off topic. But I'm saying I barely had a day off, right? I didn't have a day off because I remember I used to work and go to college, and like, this is what I used to do. And that was my escape. I used to finish so late because it was a restaurant and a bar. I used to finish late. The only thing I'm doing when I get home is I'm going to bed. Then in the morning, I'm waking up and I'm going early in the afternoon. You know, it was like 3:30 to 11:30 or something like that. That was the shift, 3:30 to 11:30. That's what I used to work. 3:30 in the afternoon to 11:30 at night. So I didn't have any time to see anyone, and I basically broke away temporarily. I was still bound, and I was still bound and heavily tied to these toxic people that didn't need to be around my life. But I found temporary places of freedom, right? And this is what you can work on. You can even work on small steps, breaking away slowly. And this is what I mean by phasing it out, breaking it away. Find something else to do. You're busy. You're doing this. You don't have to go out all guns blazing. You don't have to call the person out and tell them, yo, you're a narcissist or you're a psychopath and I don't want nothing to do with you. You don't need to do it that way if it's not in your means to do it that way. Some of you, it will be in your means, and you're going to call them out, you're going to cuss them out, you're going to tell them what they are, and you're going to never see them again. Some of you are going to do that, but some of you, it's not in your means to, or your life feels threatened, so you can't do that, or you feel so trapped like you can't do that, right? So you need to pull the plug. It's vital you pull the plug. It is so vital for your own sanity, mental health, well-being, whatever you want to call it. You know, it's so vital and important that you pull this plug on these relationships that are weighing you down. They're dragging you down. They're really an oppressive, very oppressive situation to be in, being involved in these situations. And I've experienced my fair share. There's very oppressive. And you don't deserve to be going through that type of treatment. You don't deserve to be going through that type of pain. You don't deserve to be going through this type of grief in your daily life. It's not what God would want for you. It's not what God wants for you. You know? Find, this is why sometimes churches or mosques or temples or synagogues or whatever your religious doctrine is, or whatever ways of worship you have, sometimes finding a place of refuge to go to. You might not know no one there, but you just go there to pray, or you go there to meditate. This can be another decisive factor, because that's another way that I had a mini escape. I found solace with God. So because I found solace with God and I was praying, these people didn't like it when I pray. These people didn't like it when I visited the religious institution. They didn't like the fact that I would do these things. They didn't like it, I was going to sleep there one time. I was going to sleep there for a week. I think it was a week or something. It was just a place, like a little refuge to get away, and I was going to sleep there. And I was always looking for escapes, you see. I was always looking for escapes to get away from it. And I didn't know. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying now I was looking for escape. I didn't know that I was looking for escapes, right? It's not easy to go to work and college every day without a break. Like, for me anyway, like I like a day off at least one day. I like to have a break where you can just have a lay-in. You don't have to get up for anything. That's what I like. But I didn't get that. But I still jumped at the opportunity because I was progressing in my curriculum, and I wasn't advancing in the work. It was just in a bar or a restaurant. But I was making myself established as part of the team. I was finding meaning and purpose and existence other than these toxic environments that I didn't need to be around, right? And my life's gone on since then. I've, gone into other things. But I'm telling you, like, I had to cut these people away. And I know I've been repeating myself in this video, but I need to reinforce the importance of severing ties. We're born in this world alone and we die alone. And I said this in another video, but these people are insignificant. We need to have a feeling of insignificance towards these individuals. Like, they are insignificant to my existence in the world. Like, these people are rotten to the core. They're evil. They're negative energy, whatever you want to call it. These people are not good people. They do not have good intentions for your life. They do not wish well for you. They do not want what's best for you. There's no point being around them, full stop. Let me just have some more coffee quickly. You've got to pull the plug. They don't deserve to see our good side. They don't deserve to see our good side. They don't even deserve it. But I'm not even telling you that you need to shut that completely off. There's a Sun Tzu, writ The Art of War. It's a book. And I used to live by this book. The Art of War by Sun Tzu. And there's a saying, keep your friends close and your enemies closer. And I lived by this saying, keeping my enemies close, right? Or friends that are really enemies, but keep my enemies close. I thought, you know what, now let me keep my enemies close. Because I thought, if I can see what they're doing, I know that I'm okay. But you know what? I get that in a battle. I understand, because it's a battle. It's for battles, that book. It's for war, that book, The Art of War. So I understand it to some degree. But in the real situation that I was facing in life, you know, I just needed to cut away. And it was out of my control how I cut away. It was divine intervention. And that's why I'm saying, even if you listen to this video and you go back to your toxic circles or you go back to toxic environments, I'm telling you that something in the future, it will be divinely intervened, that something will take place that causes a rift, a breakup, a separation. Something's going to happen, right? And it might not be the prettiest. You know, there might be an argument. There might be, you know, it might be something like that. Something's going to happen where there's a rift, I believe. And that is your opportunity to use that as as a binding mechanism to escape the situation. Because that's exactly what happened in my situation. You know, there was an argument. There was a bit of a rift. Then I broke away. And it was out of my control. It was out of my control. So, pull the plug. And, you know, they don't deserve to see our kind face. They don't, you know. But if it's not in your means to, like, totally turn cold as ice, and you need to stay, not in their good books, but you need to stay in a way like being civil. If you need to be civil, then do that. But you can still pull the plug. You still pull the plug. But for those of you that are going to cuss them out, tell them about themselves, get out, that's your way of doing it, you know? But remember, sometimes it's better to get out quietly. Just get out quietly, save the drama, just get away from these people. So I wish you all the best for this message that it applies to. I wish you all the best in trying to actually separate this, you know? And if you start going through feelings of missing them, or you got to understand that you've been programmed and conditioned by these people. You might be codependent in a codependent relationship. You're going to have certain tendencies towards these people, but they're nothing in your life. They mean nothing. They are nothing, and they do not deserve to be in your life. No one should make your existence and your time on earth. You know how rare it is a chance that you're even born on earth. It's such a blessing even to be born on earth. You know? How many sperm cells are there before it only takes one to fertilize the egg, right? It's such a unique chance that you had to be born. It's not even 1 in a million. It's like one, I don't even know. It's some crazy numbers. So you do not deserve to be miserable, and you do not deserve to be sad or unhappy. And no one has the right to make you feel this way on earth. No one has the right to make you be conditioned, enslaved to their ways, feeling down, feeling depressed, feeling suicidal. No way. Break free, face it alone, do it alone, and take the healing journey so seriously, because it's the actual thing that's going to help you reach your purpose, find meanings, find different types of meanings. You're going to find different types of purposes. You're going to find relationships. By being healed, you'll be ready for a relationship when you're healed, so take it seriously. And it's only breaking free from this toxicity, whether that's your romantic partner, whether that's your friend, whether it's a mixture of friend, romantic partner, whether it's a colleague, whatever situation you are in, a boss. Break free from these people, because we can't allow people to keep us down. It's not right being oppressed. So anyway, thank you for watching today. Please press the like and the subscribe button. If you'd like to donate to the channel, you can find the link in the description box. And if you'd like a one-to-one session with myself, you can also find the link in the description box. Currently, I've got the secondary channel, the spiritual channel. So anyway, I'll be back with another video soon. Peace.